Welcome, one and all. I'm David G. Firestone. As you saw from the title card, this four-part series will focus on my collection of vintage lottery items. I've always been fascinated by the lottery since I was a little kid watching the Illinois lottery drawings on WGN. My parents and really none of my family members ever played the lottery, and I never really did until I started the Bachisel videos back in 2020, and I originally had the lottery tickets as my reward system. Eventually I decided they should be their own show, so it came to be. For this series, I decided to show and explain the backstory of my vintage lottery items. But to do that, we need to discuss the backstory of the lottery in the United States. Now, the history of the lottery in the United States dates all the way back to the 1600s, while Europe was still colonizing North America. Many colonies saw gambling as harmless fun, but as English investors wanted to profit from the New World, this changed quickly. As time went on, each of the 13 original colonies had a lottery system in place to help fund the colonies. It quickly became a civic duty to play the lottery. Now, how these lotteries worked was very much the same way as today. Tickets were sold with official stamps and endorsements, and the proceeds would go to a certain charity or group that needed funding. These tickets could be very lucrative, as the prizes, when adjusted for inflation, were quite good. A perfect example are these 3 lottery tickets from the Maryland Consolidated Lotteries for the benefit of the Patapsco Female Institute, which was in Ellicott City in Howard County, Maryland. Now, what is the Patapsco Female Institute, I hear you ask? Well, according to Wikipedia, quote, the Patapsco Female Institute is a former girls' boarding school, now a partially rebuilt historical site located in Ellicott City, Maryland, United States. The grounds are home to popular outdoor theatrical performances by the Chesapeake Shakespeare Company. In the 1930s, the institute was also known as Warwick. The Patapsco Female Institute was chartered in January 1834. It was designed by architect Robert Carey Long Jr. and built by Charles Timanus, who also built the local courthouse. It opened on January 1st, 1837 as a girls' finishing school, but was more designed under Almira Hart Lincoln Phelps to enable young ladies to be trained well enough to support themselves through teaching. The school remained in operation until 1891, and the students at the school ranges from age 12 to 18, and at its peak enrollment was 150 students attending the institute. The property was converted into a summer hotel called the Berg Alnwick Hotel. 14 years later, it was purchased by Miss Lily Tyson and turned into a private home. In 1917, during the First World War, the building was called into service as a hospital. It was fitted with 50 beds to accommodate wounded veterans returning to the United States. In later years, the building was used as a theater and then again as a private residence. In 1938, the Howard County School Board considered the site for a new school. The guests of the Bern Alnwick Hotel used the grounds for shooting clay pigeons. In 1958, the property was sold to the final resident, Dr. Wisman, for use as a nursing home. Howard County made a demand of the owner to remove all wood from the structure to prevent fires, including the roof, floors, and paneling, leaving the institute in a permanent state of ruins. The property was sold to Dr. Wisman's alma mater, the University of Cincinnati. In 1966, the county considered buying the 8-acre property as parkland from the University of Cincinnati. Using news transfer tax for school and parish projects, it was purchased for $17,500 by the county shortly thereafter. Since 1966, the building has been under the care of the, quote, Friends of the Patapsco Institute, and it has been stabilized and partially restored. The grounds are fenced off to limit public access. The county finance director declared the building unrestorable, but budgeted $1.7 million to convert the area around it to a park. These tickets were being sold to raise funds for the Patapsco Female Institute and the drawing was on December 6th, 1858. One ticket is for $1.25. One ticket is for $1.50, and the third is a full ticket. If one of these tickets was the winning amount, the amount was $10,000 or $269,586.38 in today's money. The full ticket would win the whole amount. The half ticket would get $5,000 or $134,793.19, and the quarter ticket would bring $2,500 or $67,936.60. Each ticket has a Maryland state revenue stamp on it, not an actual paper stamp but the ink stamp. The half ticket has a little dent on the right. All three are in excellent condition and are real treasures of the of Maryland history and lottery history. Now, by 1868, recessions, scandals, and corruption had almost completely eliminated the lottery in the United States by 1868. It was not until 1934 that in Puerto Rico that the government-run lotteries made a comeback. This was followed by the U.S. Virgin Islands in 1937. Until then, all lotteries were outlawed, especially by mail, as many of them were scams. So recently I came across one such scam. These are called Golden Stakes ticket contests. These are tickets that were run by something called the Golden Stakes Advertising Corp in 1936. I was only able to find one article about them, and this is from Time Life. This is from around the same time that this was going on. Quote, Golden Stakes Advertising Corp. And others were, quote, cited not only for conducting lotteries, but for obtaining money under fraudulent pretenses. Golden Stakes, run by the Golden Stakes Advertising Corporation, does not pretend to have any motive or social benefit. Golden Stakes tickets at $1 each entitle their holders to see a flying circus at Fitzmaurice Flying Field at Massapequa Park in Long Island. Ticket holders may also enter a contest which consists of picking titles from 6 cartoons from the names of 25 songs listed under each. First prize $60,000, other prizes amount to $90,000. The organization's vice president and counsel at $100 per week is Alfred Emmanuel Smith Jr., 35. When asked, he said, "And you worked consciously as an attorney for the company?" "Yes," said young Al Smith. "I even help sort the mail sometimes." So I got a book of 8 of these original tickets. They're actually easier to get than you might think. And here they are. Now, the first state-run government lottery in the mainland United States was the New Hampshire Lottery in 1964. Thus, the modern era of American lotteries begin, but I'm going to save that for next week. I'm David G. Firestone. Leave a like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next week for episode 2.